If you are anything like me, you've been paying close attention to developments with Thunderbolts*, but that has led to some prominent theories circulating. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, has had some ups and downs since Avengers: Endgame, but I think some of their latest offerings and the currently announced slate of films which will continue until the multiverse saga ends in 2027 are some of their strongest. Including the Thunderbolts*, movie, which promises to be thrilling and takes several recognizable characters out of obscurity. With just a few trailers and a number of sneak peeks, film buffs are piecing together what is known about the film and filling in blanks with theories. And for a while, one of the biggest theories has revolved around one character who is oddly absent from much of the Thunderbolts*, trailer. However, despite the biggest theory being to do with one character's fate, it looks more likely that the masses were wrong, and the clues actually highlight something else. A major Thunderbolts*, theory has the MCU's Taskmaster die in the movie. Taskmaster may not make it past the first act. So, here's the thing, the entire theory stands or falls on the idea that Taskmaster, aka Antonia Dreykov, does not survive past the first few scenes in Thunderbolts*. Having debuted in the MCU in 2016, Antonia's tragic backstory was revealed. Now, despite having been freed from the control of the Red Room, Antonia is still trying to find her place in the world. This makes it all the more thrilling when she finds the other misfits that make up the core team in Thunderbolts*. However, Taskmaster is only present for roughly 1 or 2 scenes in the movie, judging by the trailer. This has led to a lot of speculation about her whereabouts, which has in turn resulted in a popular theory that the character dies before a team is formed. But looking more closely, I don't think that makes enough sense for that to be what happens to Antonia in Thunderbolts*. Killing off Antonia Dreykov would be a waste of her MCU setup. Taskmaster has a lot of potential value after being introduced in Black Widow. Starting out by taking a look at the impact of the character of Taskmaster, they have had very little time on screen in the MCU. And especially considering how the conclusion of Black Widow saw Antonia break free of the control of her cruel, manipulative father, it would be a tragedy to have the character appear in one more movie and die before the action begins. Yes, it makes sense to have a character get killed to inspire the team to rally together, but if she dies early on, then why would the others care? They have barely spent any time working together, and their first encounter is a fight. Killing Antonia could be a way to create an intense emotional response and move the story along, but it feels like a cheap and wasteful move on the part of the film. Taskmaster's powers have yet to be fully explored, her life after the Red Room, and her connection to Yelena. All of this could be compelling to see play out in the MCU, but simply offing the character at this point would be a waste of their potential as a redeemed hero who could help in future movies. The new Thunderbolts*, trailer raises another story option that could be worse than death. Just because Taskmaster isn't there doesn't mean she doesn't have a larger role. Dreykov has spent the majority of her life being controlled, manipulated, and used by others. In many ways, this is all she knows, and she still struggles to understand how to trust others and make positive choices. In some ways, her story echoes Bucky Barnes, who spent many decades as a HYDRA agent, with his mind broken and manipulated to make him the powerful and terrifying assassin, the Winter Soldier. Building on this connection, Thunderbolts* could have Antonia choose to follow someone like Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, whose harsh and manipulative ways would feel more familiar to Antonia. This would create a tragic story for the character, and ultimately having her break free of this control as she comes to learn more about what is right and wrong would be more meaningful. Otherwise, throwing her into the movie at the start, just to be killed off by a villain like Void feels like a hollow plot point that won't have any emotional weight, and I believe Thunderbolts* can and will do more with the character than that.